Hi, dear people. Happy Saturday. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you for all the emails that you have sent to me. I have not had the time to sit and answer every single one of you because I've just been so overwhelmed by the amount of emails. So please know that I have received them, I have read them, and I will reply to you. I've set aside time tomorrow, Sunday, and if you don't hear from me by tomorrow, then definitely on Monday. So I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for confiding in me. Thank you for sharing your life stories and life experiences with me, and for trusting me with these emails and with your own personal story. So please bear with me. I will get back to you. Today I just thought I would speak a bit on the distress and the depression and the delusions that we go through in the aftermath of the narcissistic abuse. It is a very real feeling, and what we tend to do is that we downplay our emotions, our fears, our hurts, our pain. We tend to put on a brave face to the outside world and say, "Oh, I'm fine." But on the inside, we're breaking, or we have been broken. So this is a very real thing. This is, of course, what also contributes to the fact that you will go through anxiety. You will go through the stress syndromes of this whole ordeal, of this whole terrifying and traumatizing experience. So I would just like to take you through a few steps which have helped me along my journey. That is all I'm really doing, is sharing my story and what I have done in order to heal from this abuse. And it is something that just sometimes it comes back for a couple of hours, that feeling of, the question marks. You sort of put question marks behind everything. You have all these questions and you don't know how to deal with them. Sometimes we have these days. I know I've been through them. So I would just like to share with you the things that have been eye-openers to me and that have helped me along my journey of healing. So during the whole relationship with the narcissist, it could be a love relationship, a friendship, and of course in some cases some of you are children of narcissistic parents, so you do not know any other way. You have just lived with the stress and fear and anxiety your whole life. And I think the first thing that you need to understand, something that I needed to understand as well, is that of course the narcissist has written your life script up until this very point in time. They have written on your script, told you how to feel, how to respond, what to think. They've written the script about who you are. And that is the false person that they have projected onto you. They have said that you are a certain way. But when you get into the truth, into your essence, into your heart space, you know who you are. That is the thing. It is all about rebuilding your identity, because that is what you need to do. Your identity has been crushed from the inside out. Your thoughts have been polluted. Your brain tends to just keep on giving off this warning sign. So by giving off the warning sign, it is putting you in a place of fear. Your brain is sending out fear signals. So they have polluted your thoughts. They have polluted the way you show up. They have polluted the value that you used to maybe place on yourself. So everything about you has been polluted by the narcissist. And in order to break free of this, it is a process. I've said this so often, and of course all of you know this, that it is a process of healing. Because so many times, because we are so hurting, we are in such pain, we just want a quick fix for the pain. But there is no way that there is a quick fix for a crushed identity. There just isn't. So when your foundation has been crumbled, when it has been, the rug has been ripped out from underneath you, that is when you get the chance to rebuild, make a solid foundation for yourself, redefine who you are, redefine your identity, know who you are. And that is a whole process. That is not something that you can fix within a month. You know, it takes time. You need to give yourself that time. And you start by rewriting the script. You know, if you've seen a bad movie, to give you an example, you will not go back and watch that movie a second time. Why is it then that we keep doing this when we have been in this horror movie with a narcissist and we come out, we replay that horror movie in our heads? And of course, this has to do with trauma bonding, has to do with codependency, has to do with the way that you were conditioned by the narcissist to think and feel. And again, we are trying to make sense out of nonsense. We are trying to look at the logic of destruction, and there just is no logic to this. So the only thing that you have to do is not try and understand the narcissist. All you have to do, and I'm not trying to downplay that, but all you have to do, your job until you are healed, is to rebuild your identity. So crumble up, scrunch up that old script, take out a new sheet of paper and start rewriting the script for your life. Because that is what is going to get you to a place of feeling whole again, feeling normal again, feeling healthy, feeling that you can smile and that it is a genuine smile because it comes from the essence of who you are. You can get back to that place in your life. So by rewriting your script, by redefining yourself, it is getting to know yourself again. Because so often we forget who we are. When we have been in these abusive relationships, we forget who we are. And if you are an adult child of narcissistic parents, you were never given the image of self. You just were not. You were continuously abused. Your abuse probably started at a very young age, so you do not even know who you are. You have no sense of self. And this again is another process where you have to start to redefine yourself, start to know what your dislikes are, what your joys are, what brings you happiness, what is your passion in life, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what do you like, what don't you like. These are all the colors that come into the tapestry of life when you are getting clear on your identity, who you are in essence. So it is all about acknowledging. So stop the downplaying, but start to acknowledge the emotions that you are going through. If you are having an angry day, a sad day, a depressed day, a revengeful day, acknowledge that. Don't try to sweep it under the carpet. Don't try to put on a brave face. Just acknowledge what you are going through. Sit in that emotion. Because when you acknowledge, that opens the door to your healing. When you keep these feelings, inside of you and you panic about this, you don't want to let them out. That is what is keeping the energy, the narcissistic energy, is being kept alive within your thoughts, or within your thoughts, sorry. So this is why you need to acknowledge. This is why you need to let these emotions out. If you want to cry, then cry. If you are angry and you feel you want to beat the living daylights out of someone, get a cushion, beat on the cushion. If you have one of these boxing balls in your boxing bags in your home, beat on that. Whatever emotion you are going through, act out on it, of course, in a safe way. Do not hurt yourself or do not hurt others, but do acknowledge and act on those emotions. It is also about how you share your story. Are you sharing it in an empowering way or in a disempowering way? So when you tell your story, I'm an advocate for telling your story. Speak your truth. But just check yourself. Are you telling your story from a place of fear, where you are beating yourself up about it? Or are you telling your story from a place of love and encouragement? So you are lifting yourself up when you are telling the story. Because when your story is one of disempowerment, where you state what has happened to you, the abuse that you have been through, and while you are telling about the abuse, you are also bringing yourself down, bashing yourself up about certain situations, bashing yourself up about how you felt and what you did or what you shouldn't have done, or all of this negative self-talk that we have, that is not helpful. It is not empowering to you. So you need to tell your story from a place of softness, where you say, this is what I've been through, but I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still here, and I am going to get myself through this. That is when you tell your story in an empowering way. You will carry this experience of narcissistic abuse. You will carry it for the rest of your life. There is no way that, and I know oftentimes people are trying to be helpful to us and they tell us to just forget about it and get on with our lives. But there is no way that you can forget this experience. This experience is also part of who you are. It is part of your life experience. So, there is no forgetting. You take this experience along with you for the rest of your life. But it is not an experience that defines you. Get those things clear. It is your experience. Yes, you went through it. Yes, you are taking it along with you as emotional baggage, but it does not define who you are. If you want to come out of this stronger, then look at what it has taught you about yourself. And that is not to make excuses for the narcissist. I will never make excuses for the narcissistic abuse. But it is to show yourself what you have learned from this whole experience in your life, and how you can hold yourself and comfort yourself and carry yourself through this, through your journey of healing. So there is no quick fix for a crushed identity. You need to give yourself time. With me, it has taken, I'm now in my 7th month. I think by month 4, I was okay. I was holding up and I was fine. And I've just gone from strength to strength. I'm now in the 7th month of being in no contact. And I just feel stronger and stronger every single day. It is a process that takes time. Of course, if you have been in a love relationship with a narcissist, it is going to take longer, especially if there are children that have come out of this relationship. If you have been raised by narcissistic parents, then this is a lifetime of emotions that you have still got with you. But know that you can heal from this. You can redefine your identity. It just needs time, and it needs commitment, and it needs doing the inner work on your part. So, of course, we have these terms for what we go through. We have the terms of stress, we have codependency, we have trauma bonding. But at the end of the day, it is all about how you are feeling, how you are recognizing your emotions, how you are coming to terms with what has gone on. And you need to hold yourself through this. That is the only way to go. Stop beating yourself up about it. Do whatever you need to do in order to be able to relay your story with me, that was getting on YouTube and starting my own channel. If that's what it means for you, then start your own YouTube channel on healing, on narcissism. That has helped me a great deal. You could even start your own group, where you gather around people who have been through the same thing, and lift each other up through this group therapy. Talking about it is therapy in itself. And even if it's just 2 or 3 of you, people who understand what you have been through, survivors of narcissistic abuse, then create that little group. Whatever you need to do to get you through this, know that you are not alone. And know that you will get to a point of feeling good and normal again. I hope that has helped you in some way. I know these are the points that have helped me along my journey. And please share your comments again below. Share your healing story. And that's what this whole community is all about, is sharing and caring for the others. So, and for yourself, of course. Sharing and caring for yourself, and in doing so, you also help others. Have a wonderful Saturday, and looking forward to speaking to you all very soon. Bye for now.